Garage storage solutions. All kinds of ideas for getting the most space out of your garage or your workspace. So this, yes, is a workshop, wood shop, however, it's a garage, right? And so this would apply for, camping gear, Christmas gear, or anything. Some are DIY overhead like this, some are kits. Four main overhead storage solutions, really maximizing the ceiling space, talking about all kinds of different considerations. I've been able to fit a ton into this space, and so I'm going to show some of the storage hacks and the DIY tricks to make more space. It is very DIY friendly. You don't need all the tools. You don't need all the gadgets. Really simple, minimal tools to pull this off. So here's some ideas. Use the timestamps if you want to skip around, but check it out. Some storage solutions for your garage. So to get started, I just want to kind of showcase this garage. I will have a full shop tour coming soon, but we got some overhead storage like this with these bins that you slide in. This one I put in 11 years ago, one of those units right there. I made these. These are very simple cost-wise. You can make one of these for well under $100 in materials. Just depends on how high-end you want to go with your plywood. I made another one here. And then this is a brand new addition where you can crank it down. Very, very nice. This is kind of an honorable mention. Here's some storage, little pantry. So I'll talk more about all of these. There will be a new shop tour coming, but let's jump in and talk about the overhead storage. So like I mentioned, this one's 11 years old. This was just a Costco unit, so simple to put in. You just use the joists, the studs up in the ceiling, and it, doubled for clamp storage. So this has been great, even before woodworking. You can see Christmas tree can fit up there, other Christmas gear. This can handle a lot of weight. And so if you just want a kit that is massive, there's all kinds of different sizes like this. This is really simple to put in. The DIY ones, we're going to get into those a bit. But for a wood shop, you can store the clamps underneath. I'll talk more about this in the shop tour videos. But just to get going, this is a simple one. You purchase it, you buy it, and then you just install it. So there's no cutting, no woodwork. It's all metal. So that is one option to get started, just a simple one. All right, this one here, it's older too, right? It's about 6 years old. Here's my little dude who's much bigger, testing it out. This is really before I did filming and content creation, so I have a couple stills. It's really simple, right? The same idea. You're using those joists, those studs up in the ceiling, multiple 2x4s. It's anchored into everything, and then you have some supports coming down. Throw down a plywood deck. So I overbuilt this lots and lots, right? So I have one long 2x4, right? It's construction grade materials. It's in the stud right there in the ceiling, or the joist, whatever the term is. Please correct me. I really actually want to know. So correct me in the comments. And then I have one going across multiple. So it is anchored into the ceiling, just like that metal one from Costco. And then I have some other supports coming down. Multiple, lots and lots of screws. I'll talk about these angle screws right here. So here is that little boy grown up. This is 2 years ago. He's even taller, almost as tall as me now, using a pocket hole jig. Now we use this for all kinds of projects, especially for 2x4 projects. So here we're making his loft bed. This is a great strategy if you're going to make one of these, things up top. One of these storage units where you have the screw coming in at an angle. It's stronger, and it really helps you with some unique, weird angles. So idea, you clamp it down, and this is going to angle that pilot hole, that drill, in at the angle just for a stronger hold. Obviously, traditional woodworking would be way better. This works. They've held up for 5-6 years, no sweat. If you want to see that video, fun little loft bed video. All right, now for another one. This one's a DIY, a little bit more tutorial. Just using some old scrap wood, right? Here's some old 2x4s, just cutting it to size. This is for those, black and yellow crates just to slide in on the ceiling. Just another one that I tried out about 3-4 years ago. Now I'm using the table saw to rip down the wood. You could certainly buy, 1x2s at your home center. You don't have to have a table saw to rip it down. I did add glue, wood glue, just really strong. Threw in some screws. Got this little lip, this little runner, a little bit smaller. I am doing some pre-hole drilling here just so the screw goes in a little bit further. Probably not necessary, but I do like to do that. And then here's the key, is to add the screws before you're up on the ceiling, right? So just kind of pre-drill them, get them in a bit. Again, the idea is I'm running across those studs. Now for me, it's nice. They're all marked out, kind of equal distance apart, measure it, and then I'm anchoring it in. Some nice long screws. Recommend, 2.5 minimum, maybe 3 inches. Could even go, lag bolts if you want extra security. I haven't had an issue with just using the screws, but some big lag bolts could help. There, using the lid, kind of get an idea for how wide it is to measure. Give yourself a little bit of clearance just so it slides nice and easily, but obviously not too far because then they're going to drop. And again, so I made one. Now I'm doing the other one on the other side. Again, there's that little lip, just so that ridge of the box is going to sit in there. I went too wide. You could do this a lot of different variations. I probably wouldn't go. Yeah, so many variations, right? I'm running into the light here, but this was pretty simple. It was pretty simple. Really, I saw some pictures of this and I just figured it out. If you have some tips for how you've done this or other ideas, this has worked well for me. They slide in just fine. I've actually put in a lot of weight, a lot of scrap pieces, some primo hardwoods up there. But it works really well. A little bit harder if it's really, really heavy. But there's some more solutions. Okay, now for this new one. I had considered building another one of those units, but I really wanted one where I didn't have to go up and down a ladder. I know that seems ridiculous, but my knees, I know I'm only 40, but my knees already hurt. And so this one is a really nice kit. I bought this. This isn't sponsored. You just put the template up. You get all your holes lined up. And this is the kind where you can use a drill to crank it up and down. So you don't have to go up and down the ladder. Really slick, really nice. A lot of other units. This was just a highly reviewed one on Amazon. I will link it down. Don't worry. But simple. You have this cardboard template. Mark it out. Again, you want to put it in those the studs in the ceiling, the joists. Hopefully someone's corrected me by now in the comments. What do we call them? And then you just add the brackets. Very simple. There's my little dude, right? My right-hand man. I got 3 boys, but this one, my middle son, loves to help with all the projects. All right, so this is the pulley system, this long bar. Got the cords all, this is super easy. Again, just read the directions, very, very easy. Just an additional idea for you, especially if this is something that you're going to have to access on a regular basis. If it's inconvenient to get the step ladder up and down, we were able to pull this, whole install off in hour and a half or so. Could have gone faster, but pretty simple. Pretty simple. You just get the cords. For whatever reason, the camera was out of focus here, but you get the idea. There's the deck right here. I believe this one is about 4 feet by 4 feet, which is fine for what I wanted to use this for. And yeah, it's sturdy. And so this particular one, it's only rated for 300 pounds, whereas all those ones I made out of wood or the other metal ones, those things are solid. They could handle a lot of weight. But this thing is so cool. Right there, you could use this crank. Oh, I could use the hand crank, but let's use a drill, right? And so you just put that in your drill chuck and upsy daisy, here we go. This is real time, just so you can see, how long it takes. But pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You also get a picture of this garage. Got a lot going on in here. A lot going on here. Maybe you're not as crazy over the top with all the things, but this is really nice. It's a nice, convenient solution. Who knows what else you could use this for? But anyway, here you can see all these different spaces, some ideas for the overhead storage, and of course, lower the sucker back down and load it up. Just want to show this is just brand new. I have a bunch of shirts. Yeah, woodworker, and now you see some lasers and some other things. I started making t-shirts, did some screen printing last year. Really, this maker era is really cool. You can make all kinds of things. And so now we have this new printer heat press thing. I don't know. It's cool. It's pretty fun. But all these different shirts, wanted them easy to see, just have them on hand so I can easily access them. They're easily accessible. But there's an idea. Just another fun storage solution for the ceiling. So that's just a look at those overhead solutions. I also have another video from a couple years ago on my shop tour. It looked very different back then. A lot more tutorial style on these, right? So if you want to get some tool storage using a French cleat system, amazing. Oh my gosh, if you haven't used that, rock that. So you can check out this video right here. Lots of details, a little bit more tutorial on how to make those a little bit more. Also, I have a lot more tools here than when I made that like 2-3 years ago. And so I have a lot of new configurations. So I will have a shop tour coming up soon just to see a 2-car garage, how I have so many different workstations and tools in here, just talking about flow and some other organizational systems. So stay tuned for that. So a little bit quicker than the normal videos, not full tutorial, but some ideas, and hopefully it does give you some ideas on storage solutions. And again, like I mentioned, check that older video to see a little bit more tutorial on this kind of stuff. I do have a shop tour video coming up. It's been a couple years, a lot more tools in here, and really do want to showcase how I configured everything. And so again, if you're interested in that video, leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see when I do that tour. Like, what are you looking for more? Just kind of an overview. Do you want to see the tools? Do you want to see all that stuff? What do you look for in a shop tour? Anyway, it's been a while, but I want to show that configuration. If this video provided value and you want to see videos like this, you want to see some woodworking, some other things, you know, maker type stuff, please consider subscribing. Mostly it is woodworking. This last year and a half or so have dabbled into some other machines. Lasers. You'll see a lot of lasers on my channel. I knew nothing about them. Really easy, intuitive, got started. You can even run them in your home. Lots of applications, right? So functional things for the home, and then of course art, cool pieces like that. You can make things to, you know, for your house, all kinds of applications. Obviously, hobby, yes, but small business applications, branding your work, all kinds of things. No sponsor for this video specifically, other than, yeah, if you purchase, you know, some of these things or the affiliate links down below, we get a small commission, you know, help support my family. But I would say if you're brand new and you know nothing about lasers, check out this video right here. This is a video where I show all the projects I made using lasers this last year. So many possibilities. And really, you know, there's all kinds of different lasers. I have another video that just kind of explores the different lasers. This one right here. You can get a laser for less than the cost of a smartphone, right? And so in your home for all the applications, and if you consider the tech involved, yes, these are expensive. And I know coming from woodworking where like a tool, like, I mean, $100, $200, that's steep. And then you get into these tools where it's like ridiculously expensive. But really, I do showcase all the possibilities of how you can use it to pay for itself, hobby, and of course, small business applications. So you can check those videos out, that stuff on the channel. But yes, my woodworking videos, it is usually a long tutorial exploring all the options, how to do it with minimal tools, how to do it with, you know, some different tools, and just the different variables. So check those out. If you're looking for something, hoping that I make a specific video, drop it down below. Hopefully I can get it in the mix. Love doing this stuff. It's fun. And thanks for watching. Hopefully this added value and it did help. And until next time, take care.